Hello. Welcome back to Fundu Tester. So this is a continuation of a Test Sigma tutorial. In previous sessions, we discussed how to automate APIs as well as how to automate web applications on a Test Sigma dashboard. On this session, we are going to discuss how we can automate mobile apps on a Test Sigma platform. Since platform is same Test Sigma, so for a mobile application as well, like adding a test into a test plan, test suite, running a multiple test on a suite and scheduling test, pretty much similar for that. So I recommend to watch a previous session so you will get to know how you can do these all activities. Without any ado, let's jump into a mobile application automation. And before that, don't forget to like and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe Fundu Testers.
Camera rolling, action.
I am on a Test Sigma dashboard, and for a mobile apps automation, we should have a application that should be a signed application. And if you are new to the mobile application testing, then you have to check with your dev team for iOS application as well as for Android application. So for basically Android application, you will get a APK file, and for iOS application, you will get a IPA file. So those dev team will provide to you. Here I am going to create a new project for a mobile application which is a Android apps. So I'm going to, here you can see the option of a create new, and I'm going to create a project. So there is option to create a project, test cases as well as the requirements. So I'm going to create a project and going to give a name as a mobile app testing Android, because we are going to test Android application. And here we have to select which applications we are going to select. For example, web, mobile, Android, iOS. So here I have an Android application, and if let's say we have a multiple application in a one test, so in a real time, let's say we are working on a web application, for few tests we are going to use APIs as well. So to achieve that, we can select a multiple project as well. Web application, let's say I have web application, and apart from let's say I want to automate APIs as well. So here there is option to select two at the same time. We can combine the project, but here I have only one project which is a Android application. So I am selecting Android, and I am going to create a project. So my project has been created. You can see the project is successfully created, and as of now we don't have any test cases. So I'm going to create a test case. So here you can see mobile application testing Android project has been selected, and there are various options available here: test cases, element, test profile, test suite, test plan, run result environment. So as discussed, these all modules I have covered during the previous session. So I recommend to watch previous sessions as well, so you will have fair ideas. So here I am going to create a first test cases. Here there is option to create a test case. Apart from, you can see on a top as well. So create, and I am going to give a name first mobile test case, and there is option to select APK file. So as I said, you should have a APK file handy. So we can select, if we have uploaded any APK file, then we can select from here. Otherwise, there is option to upload a file. So I'm clicking on this button, and I have to choose a file. Post that, after selecting file, it is showing a name. So we can, here this name we can update based on the version or different versions we are going to test. So this name we can update, and version we can see here, and just we have to do the upload. So once the process is done, we can see the file, APK file has been uploaded, and later on we can write our steps. So I am going to write a test manually, and here basically we have to write our test script in a plain simple English. And here you can see the first option will be, definitely if you are working on any application, so first step will be launch application. So by default I can see the launch application option here. And now for an Android application or a mobile application, most tricky part is the configuration. Whenever we are going to run the first test, before that we have to go through so many pain. That is a setting up the environment. We have to install the APM, we have to do the desired capabilities, there will be so many jars we have to add, Maven projects, and all these things we have to do. And after completing all these steps, even there will be a version mismatch issue. Then our script will fail. But here we are not going to anything. We have just uploaded a APK file, and the test sigma is pretty much clear that it will figure it out everything. So we are not going to do anything. Simply we have to just write a script in a plain English. Moving forward, whenever we are going to write a script, by default we are going to perform some action. Like let's say we are going to tap, we are going to swipe, or we are entering data on a text field. To do that, we have to first fetch the element. So how we can get the element on a test sigma platform? Let's discuss. Here there are two steps. First is, let's say I'm going to click on the step, so it is showing tap on element, or there are some NLPs are available. So let's say I have tap on the element. So as of now I don't have element, so what it is showing, create element. So I'm clicking on create element, and again I can write elements manually. If I have element handy, then I have to provide the name, element type, for example XPath, ID, CSS selector, like that I have to define, and later on I have to provide the values. But what if I don't have an element handy? Then there is a second option, which is a element inspector. So using that we can inspect elements. So here if I click on the element inspector, basically there are various options available. So if I have local device, I have an Android phone, I have connected with my machine, so using that I can do. And apart from test sigma lab and apart from other labs are available, so I am going to select a test sigma lab here, and later on we have to select an Android version. So on a test sigma lab there are multiple Android versions are available. So from 6 I can see up to the 12, this many Android versions are available. So I'm selecting a 12 latest, and these all are latest devices. So Samsung, Pixel and all these devices I can find here. So these all are again latest devices and real devices. I'm selecting Samsung Galaxy S21 5G. So once it is done, and I have uploaded the APK as well. So here it is showing a APK file. Otherwise I can upload a new APK file as well. So what I have to do, I have to simply launch. So once I will launch, so it will land me to new screen, and here you can see the beauty of a test sigma. All these things will be pretty much will come, and I just need to select the element. So let's see. So now my application has launched. This is how it looks, and there are some mobile activities are available. I want to refresh, or I want to select a particular element, or I want to swipe, like this mobile actions. I want to tap on a particular element. So these all buttons are available here, and apart from this is the phone. This is how it looks. A home button, back button, everything are pretty much available, and home, and here also there are the buttons are available. There are multiple options available. So now this is how our application looks, and first we are going to launch application, and second step we are going to click on the, let's say we are going to click on the animation. So what I have to do, I have to do the select this option, select element and animation. I am going to click, so animation. So once I have clicked on the animation, you can see it has captured accessibility ID, which is an animation. Here we can see multiple attributes are available: accessibility ID class, bounds, XPath. So I can use anything, and apart from it is showing any element is enabled, it is a clickable. So pretty much all the information are available, and if I want to use the accessibility ID, then I can select this. Apart from, if I change to the ID, so it will automatically change. Now you can see Android :ID/text1. So whatever I wanted to use, I can use, and it will automatically get reflected. So here I'm going to use this ID, and I have to provide this element name. So for example, let's say element name is animation and screen type. So that is again whatever screen we wanted to give a name, we can give a appropriate name. So here it is API demos. So I'm giving API demos and save and close. So one element got created, and we can see it is reflected with the step as well. So that is one way, and another way is we have to go to the test development, we have to go to the element. So from here also we can store the element, or we can capture the element, and previously we have captured animation. So this element is listed here. So now what we have to do, we can click on the create button here, And a similar process we have to go on through. Again, we have to select the labs, which version. Let's say this time we are going to try with Android 11, and for Android 11 this many devices are available, so I am selecting OnePlus 8. APK pretty much similar, and again I am going to launch. Our previous element was animation, so if I click on the animation, I will navigate to this screen here. On this screen, let's say we have to click on the events, so I'm clicking on the events, and we can see again this pretty similar. It has captured all the information, and this time we are going to use a XPath, let's say, and I'm going to give a name, events XPath, and screen again API demo. So screen will be pretty much same, and I'm going to save and continue. Again, we have to go to the test case tab, and we have to add one more step. So I'm going to click on this third step. Here we have to just specify the element, which is a event XPath. I have selected. Pretty much our script is done. We are going to launch the application, and we are going to click on two different elements. And once on real time, let's say we are working on a Test Sigma dashboard, and we have to submit our test for a review to senior person. Then we have to select the reviewer, and we have to select for a submit. He or she can review like this, and they can approve the test, and if there are any defects or anything they want to do the update, then they will reject with the appropriate comments. As of now, I have approved the test, and now I am going to run the test. So while running as well, once I have clicked on the run button, so we can see there are multiple labs available, as I said. And again, we can select multiple Android version, multiple device names are available, and we have to provide appropriate APK path. Let's say every time we are going to provide a different APK path, so we can provide like a Dropbox URL or Drive URL, anything we can provide. And apart from, if I have uploaded, then I can select from the drop down. So here, let's say I have multiple APKs, then I have to select appropriate APK, and we have to click on the run button. So our automation test will run on Test Sigma lab, and once it will completed, we will have results with screenshot and video. So now test case execution is done, and if I go to the first step, which is launch app, so after launching application, this is how it looks, and later on we have clicked on the animation. So if I go to the second step, screenshot will be the similar. It has clicked on that, and we are going to the one more layer down, and third we have clicked on this events button. So third step, I'm going there, and the screen see we have navigated to the events tab as well. So this is how pretty fast and without doing much hustle we can automate a mobile applications. And now I'm going to the watch a video, so it will asking please be patient, we are preparing a video. So video usually appears after a few seconds after running a test. So as of now it is playing. So now you can see it is open the application, clicked on first screen, events, and we are on a events page. Congratulations, we are able to execute test on a Test Sigma without doing much hustle. So this is how Test Sigma is a pretty fast, and we can automate any applications like web applications, APIs, or mobile applications without doing so much configuration, without writing so many codes. Like this we can automate any applications. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any doubt, feel free to ask me in a comment section. And don't forget to like and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe Fundu Testers. Thank you.